One of the most important and relevant policies to almost every business is a general liability policy. The general liability policy covers businesses for a number of different risks. If you have a brick and mortar, or if you have an actual office, then that will cover you for trip and falls, right? If you just mop the floor and the floor is a little bit wet, somebody trips and falls, then that would be covered if they sustain bodily injury. There's also something that we call products and completed operations. If you sell a product and that product causes injury to someone, or a completed operation. Let's say you're a contractor and you built a deck for someone and that deck somehow collapses. Maybe it was faulty work, maybe you used faulty equipment. Whatever the reason, that's what a general liability will cover you for. Another portion of a general liability policy is personal and advertising injury. Libel, slander, defamation of character. If you post something derogatory or negative about a competitor, maybe on your social media, or leave a review somewhere and they don't like it, or maybe it's perceived. But regardless, if a suit comes in that realm, general liability policy would cover you for it. General liability policy also has another coverage called damage to rented premises. What that means is if you rent an office, if you rent a store somewhere and something that you do in the store causes damage to it, then your policy would cover up to the limit of your policy coverage for that. Finally, there's something called medical payments, med pay. Let's just say if someone gets hurt, but there is no need for proof of fault, right? So in other words, it doesn't matter if you were negligent or if the person was just clumsy and they just fell on your premises, right? The med pay is a no questions asked, here you go see a doctor, go see a chiropractor, whatever the case might be. It's not for major injury where you were found to be negligent. That's what your limit of liability will cover if appropriate, right? So that's what a general liability policy is.